My girlfriend said, "You don't make me feel special anymore." So I made her feel unique by leaving her off the guest list for my engagement party. She showed up anyway, crying at the gate. I walked up, looked her in the eyes, and said the line that ended everything. I, 32 male, am getting married in 3 months. My fiancée, Eliza, 31, is asleep next to me, and I'm writing this because my phone is blowing up, and I need to get this out before the party tomorrow. 6 months ago, I was not engaged. I was in the 5th year of a relationship with Mara, 30, living in my condo and slowly having my soul drained by an emotional vampire. Mara was great for the first few years. Ambitious, funny, smart. Then, about 2 years ago, she quit her high-pressure marketing job to find her passion. I supported her. I believed in her. But finding her passion quickly turned into finding my credit card. She was an authorized user on my main card, a mistake of convenience I now deeply regret. And her spending on essentials, like $400 skincare and 3 different subscription boxes for artisanal cheese, became a huge source of tension. But the real problem wasn't the money, it was the need. She needed to be the center of every room, the topic of every conversation. If I had a rough day at work, her day was somehow rougher because her favorite barista was rude to her. She absorbed all the oxygen in my life. Our arguments became circular and exhausting. They all ended the same way. "Leo, you just don't get it. You don't make me feel special anymore." That was her go-to line. "You don't make me feel special." I didn't make her feel special when I worked late to pay for her passion finding. I didn't make her feel special when I cooked dinner and she complained I used the wrong kind of pasta. I really didn't make her feel special when I finally put a hard limit on the credit card. The breaking point was a painting. Mara had become obsessed with this niche artist who does abstract portraits. She wanted us to commission one for our future wedding. It was $5,000. I told her absolutely not. We weren't engaged, and it was a ridiculous expense. She cried for 2 days. She said I was invalidating her vision and refusing to invest in our future. To my eternal shame, I caved. I paid the $5. We did the sitting. The artist would deliver the painting in 6 months. Mara was happy for about a week. The real end came 6 months ago. The fight was about something stupid. I think I bought the generic brand of olive oil. It escalated, as it always did, into her grandest insecurities. "Mara, this is just typical. You don't even see me anymore. You don't make me feel special." I remember looking at her, standing in my kitchen, in my condo, holding a bottle of olive oil I paid for, and I just deflated. I was done. "You're right, I don't." She was stunned. I think she expected me to grovel. And I don't think I can. "I'm tired, Mara." She went nuclear. She said I was the one who was draining her, that I was a passionless, boring shell of a man, and she was wasting her vibrant years on me. She packed her bags, all the designer ones I'd paid for, and stormed out. She was so dramatic, slamming the door, screaming that I'd regret this. I didn't. I felt light. The silence in the condo was amazing. I slept on the couch that night just to feel like I was in a different space. The next morning, I called a locksmith. I logged into my credit card account and removed her as an authorized user. I sent her a polite final text. "Your name has been removed from the credit card. Please forward any mail that arrives for you. I'll let you know when the artist delivers the painting." She replied, "Wow, cold. I'll get my stuff when I'm ready. Don't throw out the Le Creuset." I didn't hear from her directly for 2 months. It was bliss. 2 months after the breakup, I ran into Eliza. We'd known each other in college, and I'd always had a bit of a crush. She just moved back to the area for a new job in graphic design. We got coffee. That coffee turned into dinner. Eliza was easy, not in a bad way. She was just easy to be with. She was secure. She had her own job, her own money, her own life. She laughed at my jokes. When I told her about my rough day, she listened, and then she told me about hers. It was a partnership, not a performance. We fell fast. It was the right time, the right person. 3 months after we started dating, 5 months post-breakup, I proposed. She said yes. We decided to throw an engagement party. We rented a small, chic art gallery for the event. It felt perfect. We sent out the evites 2 weeks ago, and that's when the trouble started. Mara, naturally, was not on the list. But we have, or had, mutual friends. The first text came from a friend, Alex. "Hey man, Weird cue. Mara is asking me about your party? She heard you rented the Astor Gallery. She's acting like she's invited. I replied, hey Alex, it's an engagement party. I'm engaged to a woman named Eliza. Mara is absolutely not invited. The dam broke. Mara, who hadn't spoken to me in months, suddenly started blowing up my phone. I didn't answer. She left voicemails. An engagement party? Are you kidding me, Leo? Who even is this woman? You're doing this just to hurt me. You're trying to erase our 5 years. You're tacky, Leo. This is the tackiest thing you've ever done. I blocked her number. Then the painting arrived. The $5,000 painting of me and Mara. It was actually pretty good. The artist delivered it to my condo, oblivious to the drama. I put it in my spare room facing the wall. A day later, a new number texts me. It's Mara. I know the painting arrived. My artist friend told me. That is half mine, Leo. You can't use it. I will see you in court if you display our painting with that woman. I showed Eliza the text. She looked at the painting, then at me, then back at the painting. A slow, wicked grin spread across her face. Oh, she said, we are definitely displaying it. The party is tomorrow night. We've hired security for the door, just in case. Mara's mom, Brenda, has now called me twice, leaving messages about how I'm breaking her daughter's heart and how could I be so cruel. I'm not being cruel. I'm just living my life, a life that she chose to leave. Now she's mad that I didn't sit in the dark and wait for her to come back. I'm excited for my party. I'm excited to marry Eliza. I just hope Mara doesn't actually show up. Update 1. The party was last night? She showed up. Thank you all for the comments and advice. Hiring security was the best $300 I've ever spent. The lead up to the party was insane. The entitlement just went off the charts. 2 days before the party, Mara's mom, Brenda, escalated from voicemails to ambush. She showed up at my office. I work in a secure building, so she couldn't get past the lobby, but she called my desk phone from the front desk, claiming to be a family member with an emergency. I came down, annoyed. Brenda, Leo, thank goodness, I've been trying to reach you. Your phone must be broken. Brenda, you can't be here. This is my workplace. I'm just so worried about Mara. She's not eating, she just cries. Leo, she still loves you. This Eliza person, it's a rebound. You're making a terrible mistake and you're humiliating Mara in the process. With respect, my relationship with Eliza is none of your business, and Mara is not invited to our party. But the painting, she told me about the painting. You can't just keep it, that's theirs. It's a symbol of your love. Me, it's a symbol of $5,000 I spent. I paid for it, I own it. Now I have to get back to work. Please don't come here again. I left her sputtering in the lobby. I had to file a complaint with building security. I felt like I was in a soap opera. Then came the weirdest part. A dirty trick, as some of you called it. A day before the party, a stream of packages started arriving at my condo. I'm talking delivery vans all day. It was gifts from a registry. Mara had created a fake wedding registry for us, for Leo and Mara. She'd put my address as the shipping destination and presumably sent the link to God knows who. It was all the stuff she always wanted. A $1,200 espresso machine, a set of knives that cost more than my first car, a silk rug, but she hadn't bought them. She just created the registry. The packages were small things, a single spatula, a set of tasting spoons, a salt cellar. It took me an hour to figure it out. She was sending me individual items from the registry, one by one with gift messages. Can't wait to use this in our kitchen. For our future, you'll always be my number one. It was unhinged. It was a logistical nightmare just to return everything. It was designed to make me feel like I was being haunted. I called Eliza, completely stressed out. She's sending me spatulas, one at a time. She's lost her mind. Okay, that's creative. Did the espresso machine arrive? No, just cheap stuff. It's psychological warfare, Eliza. She's trying to drive me insane. Well, it's working. Stop letting her. Put the boxes in the hall. We have a party to get to, and I finished my project. Her project. Oh God, the painting. Eliza, as I mentioned, is a graphic designer. She's also a very talented hobbyist painter. She'd taken the $5,000 painting into her studio, my spare room, 2 days ago. She brought it to the gallery yesterday morning. We set it up on a big easel right by the entrance, covered with a silk cloth. No one sees it until the party starts, she said, kissing me. I was terrified. I was also incredibly turned on. This woman was my ride or die. Last night, the party. We're an hour in. It's perfect. Our friends are there. Eliza's family is there. Everyone is happy. Eliza taps a champagne glass. Welcome everyone. We're so glad you could make it. Leo and I are so excited to start our lives together. And as a housewarming present for our new life, I wanted to unveil a new piece of art for our collection. Some of you know the backstory, some of you don't, but I think everyone will appreciate the update. She pulls the cloth off, and it's a masterpiece. It's the painting. I'm still there in my nice suit looking off to the side. But Mara is gone. Eliza has painstakingly, flawlessly painted over Mara's entire figure. She's replaced her with a 17th century full suit of shining plate armor. Just an empty suit of armor, striking the same pose Mara was. It's technically brilliant. It's hilarious. It's also deeply, deeply symbolic. Underneath, the original artist's plaque is still there, but Eliza has added a new museum-style plaque right next to it. It reads, "Man in suit with vacancy." The gallery erupted. People who knew the story were howling, clutching their stomachs. People who didn't know were just confused, asking, "Is that an empty suit of armor? Is this like a postmodern statement?" It was the talk of the party. It was perfect. An hour later, one of the security guards, a big guy named Frank, discreetly finds me. "Frank, Mr. Last name? We have a situation at the front gate. A woman is here, says she's your real fiancée. She's not on the list, and she's causing a scene." My stomach dropped. "I'll be right there." Eliza saw my face. "She's here, isn't she?" "Yeah." "Go. Handle your circus. I'll be here, guarding the suit of armor." I walked outside. The gallery was in a converted warehouse district with a tall iron gate at the entrance to the courtyard. And there she was. She was dressed. I'm talking a full-on black cocktail dress, hair and makeup done. She looked like she was expecting to be the star of the show. And she was crying. Ugly, messy, mascara running down her face, crying. The two security guards were standing, arms crossed, looking bored. "Leo, thank God, they won't let me in. Tell them who I am." Me, calmly stopping 10 feet away. "They know who you are, Mara. You're not on the list, you're not invited. This is my party. This should be our party. You can't just replace me with a suit of armor." I saw the pictures. My friend sent me a picture. Someone had already posted it, of course. "It's not your party. It's my engagement party. To Eliza, the woman you've been insulting all week. You need to leave. You're trespassing." Full-on wail, clutching the bars of the gate. "But why? After everything, after 5 years, you just threw me away. You don't make me feel special anymore." She screamed it. The line, the one that started all this. And in that moment, all the stress, all the anger, all the years of her entitlement just vanished. I felt nothing but cold, clear finality. I walked right up to the gate, so we were face to face. She stopped crying, looking hopeful, like I was going to unlock it. I looked her dead in the eyes. "Me, you said I didn't make you feel special? Look around." I motioned to the empty street, the guards, her crying face. "Does anyone else look this pathetic?" "No. Right now you are the most unique person here. Congratulations." Her face, it just crumpled. It was like I'd slapped her. Her mouth opened, but no sound came out. Frank, the guard, stepped forward. "Ma'am, that's enough. You need to leave the premises now, or we will call the police." Mara just stared at me, her chest heaving. I didn't say another word. I just turned my back on her and walked back into my party. I walked straight to the bar, got a glass of champagne, and kissed my fiancée. The rest of the night was amazing. I heard a car peel out about 10 minutes later. I'm free. Final update. It's been 6 months. Eliza and I are married. We had a small, perfect ceremony on a beach 3 months ago, just our immediate families. The suit of armor painting hangs in our home office. But this isn't a fairy tale ending. It's a real one. Mara's little gate-crashing performance was just the beginning of the, well, let's call it the administrative phase of the breakup. About a week after the party, I got a letter. A real scary letter from a law firm. Mara was suing me. She wasn't suing me for the painting. Her lawyer must have informed her that since I paid for it, it was mine. She was suing me for emotional distress and unjust enrichment. She was seeking $50,000. Her claim was that I had financially coerced her into quitting her job, making her dependent on me, and then abandoned her without support, causing irreparable damage to her career and mental health. She also claimed I stole thousands of dollars worth of her personal belongings that she left behind in the condo. I had to hire a lawyer. It was not cheap. Eliza was furious, but I was just tired. This is what Mara does. She makes everything a problem that you have to solve. This is where the story gets less dramatic revenge and more boring, satisfying paperwork. My lawyer, a sharp woman named Tess, told me this was a common palimony fishing expedition, but we had to take it seriously. Mara's lawyer submitted their evidence. A heavily edited audio clip from one of our old fights. It was just a 15-second loop of me yelling, "I can't keep paying for everything, this is insane, and you're bleeding me dry." It was cut to sound like I was just an abusive monster, screaming about money at a silent victim. A list of stolen items. It was aspirational. It included the Le Creuset set, which I did have, but also antique jewelry from her grandmother, which I'd never seen, a cash savings of $5,000 she kept in a locked box, and original design sketches for her Etsy business, which never existed. A psychiatrist's note detailing her severe anxiety and depression caused by my abrupt and cruel actions. I was realistic with Tess. I said, "This is a she said, he said. How do we fight this?" Tess smiled. "We fight it with your obnoxious, wonderful project manager brain." See, I'm a project manager. I document everything. It's my job. It's my personality. And I had documented my entire 5-year relationship with Mara without even meaning to. In response, we submitted the texts, years of them. Mara, quitting my job today. So excited to finally find my passion. You're the best for supporting me. Freedom. That's a big step. Are you sure you're financially ready? Don't be such a dad. I'll be making bank on my Etsy store in no time. It'll be our business. Spoiler, she never opened an Etsy store. And hundreds of others. Me asking her to cut back, her agreeing, and then the statements. I provided 3 years of my credit card statements, the ones she was an authorized user on. We highlighted her passion-finding spending, the daily $20 smoothies, the $800 self-care days, the trips to boutiques. It came to over $70,000 in 2 years, on top of her living expenses, which I also paid. The stolen items. Le Creuset, I had the receipt. I bought it. Antique jewelry. I provided a copy of my condo insurance policy, which included a detailed inventory of all high-value items. Her grandmother's jewelry was not and had never been on it. The 5-carat cash, I just had no response. It was so absurd. Tess loved it. Design sketches. We subpoenaed her tax records. She had not filed taxes or registered a business or claimed any income or any losses for the past 2 years. The business didn't exist. The audio clip. This was my favorite part. I had a single, simple security camera in my living room, facing the front door. Mara knew about it. We'd gotten it after a break-in in the building. It recorded audio. I still had the cloud storage. I provided Tess with the entire 3-hour video file of the fight she'd clipped. The judge got to see the full context. Her screaming at me for 45 minutes, throwing a thankfully empty wine glass at the wall, and then me finally yelling, "I can't keep paying for everything." The case never even made it to a hearing. Their lawyer called Tess and offered to settle for $10,000. Tess laughed and said, "Counteroffer, you drop this frivolous suit, or we will countersue for legal fees and malicious prosecution, and will send the full, unedited audio of your client committing domestic vandalism to the DA." They dropped the suit within an hour. But it gets better. Because this all took months, and Mara had to pay her lawyer. Or, more accurately, Brenda had to. And the judge who reviewed the file before dismissing it was not happy about the fabricated evidence, the audio clip, and the stolen cash. She couldn't sanction Mara as the case was dropped. But she did file a formal complaint against Mara's lawyer for presenting evidence with a reckless disregard for the truth. He's apparently now under review by the state bar. The fallout for Mara was quiet and complete. She's in debt. She had to move in with her mother. She's working as a receptionist at a dentist's office. Brenda called my parents to complain. My mild-mannered, sweet mother listened patiently for 10 minutes, then said, "Brenda, it sounds like your daughter made a series of very poor choices and is now blaming my son for them. He is happy. We are happy. Please don't call this number again." The few mutual friends who tried to stay neutral saw the lawsuit as the final straw. They've all quietly unfriended her. As for me, I lost about $8,000 in legal fees I'll never get back. That's the realistic loss. It stings. But I'm married to the most incredible woman I've ever met. Our life is wonderfully boring. We argue about whose turn it is to take the trash out. We're planning a trip. We're happy. Mara wanted to be special. She wanted to be the exception to every rule. And in the end, she was. She was the exceptional idiot who sued her ex and gave him the paperwork to prove exactly who she was. I'm just glad I'm not the one paying her bills anymore.